I'm Mark Daniels here. We're going to start the webinar in just a moment. I see some people streaming in here as I speak. So just let's give it another 30 seconds and then we'll kick it off. Thank you. Okay, great. Hey, thank you for your time tonight. We have quite an audience, and I want to thank you for, and I say tonight, I'm obviously American. You can tell from my accent. It's nighttime here. I know I'm probably talking mostly to our prospects and customers and friends in Australia and New Zealand. But we now serve customers in over 17 different countries. So if I slip and say night or good evening, it's because it's dark where I am. Hey, so thank you for joining today. This is part one of a 4-part series, making 2020 your best year ever. We believe soundly that it really starts with a very sound strategic plan. That's a foundational layer that every company needs to put down in order to really ensure they have a great year. A little bit of background on me as we get started. I'm Mark Daniels. I'm the CEO of Results. This is not going to be an advertisement for Results. The purpose of this webinar today is really educational. At the end, I'm going to do a little infomercial on Results, but 90% of what I talk about today, I believe, is really going to help guide you towards laying down a really sound strategic plan for 2020 and having an incredible year. I've been blessed with tremendous success over the last 5 decades. Yes, 5 decades. I'm really old. Personal, I'm married to an incredible woman. I have 5 children and 4 grandchildren, and we live on the beautiful island of Martha's Vineyard. My passion, however, though, is I love building and helping companies grow. And in my role at Results, I am so rewarded by helping companies grow. Not going to talk a lot about my background, but so much of what I'll talk about today comes from personal experiences and personal knowledge that I've gained as far back as 1979 when I started Computer Discount of America. I did not have a strategic plan. Well, it probably wasn't. It was a business plan. I used a program called Biz Plan Builder, and did quite well. But it wasn't until probably the early 80s that I got really strategic in my planning, and it really changed the way the company grew, and we grew like crazy like that. And our decisions were always very strategic in nature and part of a yearly strategic plan that I would do. Again, it's a 4-week series. Tonight, we're going to talk a lot about your vision, what your dream for your company is about. Next week, we talk a little bit more about the strategy. Week 3, we start to lay down the execution layer. In week 4, how you can be an effective leader and really drive that execution. In addition to some of the logic that I'll outline today, some of it's found in these bestsellers, Scaling Up by Vern Harnish, Traction by Gino Wickman, a great new book, 3HAG by Shannon Byrne-Susko. And then I will do a little infomercial at the end, so please stay tuned to the end to learn about a special offer from Results BI. So here we go. Make 2020 your best year ever. Tonight, we're going to focus on vision and creating a vision. And what is your vision? It's where you want to go. It's your dream. It's where you see your business going. It starts by laying down these 3 core components. Your core values, who you are, your core purpose, why are you doing this, and your long-term goal, whether it be a 5 or 10-year goal, but what is your long-term goal? Sometimes referred to as a BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. We'll talk a little bit more about that term shortly. So, core values really acts as your moral compass. It's the behavior that define your culture. And it's so key. It should be clear statements of how you expect everybody in your organization to act regardless of their role. And most importantly, it really serves as a moral compass for all of your people. When they have to make a tough decision, when they have to make a really challenging decision, they will look at the core values. They will utilize the core values to make that decision. They'll make the right decisions, especially if you've outlined the core values and their decisions are based on the core values of your company. It's a moral compass. Your core purpose, truly the difference you want to make in the world. A compelling reason for employees to work for you, beyond simply making money. Really provides meaning for the work that they do for you. And I'll give you a little story here. You may have heard this story before, but you're walking down the street and there's a bricklayer, and he's laying bricks, just like in that picture there. He's laying bricks, and you ask that person, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm laying bricks." Okay, you continue on your journey. The next day you're walking past and you see another person laying bricks, and you say, "What are you doing?" And that person says, "I'm building a wall." Third day you walk by and you ask that person, "What are you doing?" And they say, "I am building a cathedral. People will come here in the times of sadness. People will come here when they're happy and to celebrate. This is a place of refuge. I am building a cathedral." Not just a wall, not just laying bricks, but he's building a cathedral. So this is what you have to do. Find a meaningful purpose for your business so that everybody working for your company knows what they're doing. So be clear with what your core purpose is. It'll also help you later on when we get into strategy, define core purposes versus core activities versus non-core activities, things that maybe you shouldn't be doing. Core purposes will keep you going, and it'll keep your employees going even during tough times. It transcends whatever your current product or service offerings may be. I'll talk about that a little bit more later on, how it transcends it goes past your current product or service offerings. And it speaks to your organization's passionate, what your company is very passionate about. Quite often it speaks to the difference you want to make in the lives of the people that your product or services touch. The difference you want to make in the world. That's your core purpose. Your 10-year goal, also referred to as a BHAG, a vision that inspires everyone. What mountain do we want to climb? A lofty, long-term stretch goal. What mountain do you want to climb? And by the way, while we're talking about mountains, the purpose, my purpose, the purpose that I serve and the purpose that Results serves is to act as a Sherpa, helping you climb Mount Everest, helping you exceed your goals. You're the hero. Your company, we're just a guide. So remember that. We're the guide. We're guiding you along. So what mountain do you want to climb? And it should be a lofty, long-term stretch goal, your 10-year goal. This is the one place where I believe in stretch goals in this 10-year goal area. Research shows that if companies that set lofty, long-term goals actually achieve them. They're much more likely to achieve them than companies that don't set a lofty 10-year goal. And it doesn't necessarily mean lots of money or that you have to be as big as possible. It's about building a great organization, however you define greatness. It's about building a great organization, something you're going to be proud of, something your staff's going to be proud of. What could your company be the best in the world at 10 years from now? A vision for the future that really inspires everyone in the organization. And I'll repeat this a lot tonight. Not just inspiring you or your management team, but inspiring the entire company, everybody that works for the company. Core values. Next component. Core values. They're the behaviors that define your culture. Clear statements of how you expect everyone in your company to act regardless of their role. And again, they're going to provide a moral compass for your people. They will help your staff make the right decisions in tough times. When they're facing a challenging decision, they'll think back. They'll say, oh, our core value is this. Well, I'm going to base it on that. And I'm going to make this decision based on our core values. Let me give you some bad examples. It's a fun part. Sometimes they open up the floor and do a poll and see if anybody guesses this, but typically nobody guesses this. It's a company, their core values are communication, respect, integrity, and excellence. Very lame, by the way, lame core values. One word, not really spelling it out clearly. Communication, and every company should be communicate. Every company should have respect. Every company should have integrity, and every company should be striving for excellence. So, very flat. What do you think it was? Enron. Communication, they lied with their communication. Respect, they lost all respect. Remember, late 90s, early 2000s, growing like crazy, then they hit the wall. Integrity? Really? Biggest failure, corporate failure, I believe that ever went down. And excellence, never. So, another one, more recent company, still in business. What's right for customers, people as a competitive advantage, ethics, again, a single word, ethics. Not even like ethical or ethical behavior, just ethics. Diversity and inclusion in leadership. Any guesses as to who it is? Wells Fargo. I've almost closed all my Wells Fargo accounts. You might not know the story, but they were opening up accounts. They were taking, if somebody had $1,000 on deposit with them, they would take $50 out of the account, open up a second account, and then start charging both of those accounts monthly service fees. Commissions and bonuses would be paid for the people being able to open X number of new accounts, and big internal fraud and scraping a lot of money away from their clients. They were fined a massive amount by the United States government, very large fine, and they're still heavily clamped down by regulators right now. So what's right for customers? Leadership, ethics, they weren't ethical. Diversity and inclusion, people as a competitive advantage. You got to live your core values, and you have to make them very clear. Vague words do not drive behavior, single words. Generic aspirations, single word aspirations do not create a winning culture. You need real core values that drive behavior. Meaningful core values that help people make the proper decisions every day. And it needs to be spoken in a language that they would talk. In other words, spell it out for them. If your core values look like Wells Fargo, Enron's, or many other companies, you'll have trouble driving behavior and hiring the right people. Let me show you an incredible set of core values. This is the most winning football team in the United States right now. They've really created quite a dynasty as a team. The Kraft Group is actually the owner of the New England Patriots, and they own a number of other sports teams, including a soccer team called the New England Revolution. But I love their core values. So even though I'm primarily talking to New Zealand and Australia today, I'm going to use this core value, and I'll touch on another sports team from New Zealand in a moment. But New England, look at the 4 core values. Think and act like an owner. It spells it out. Exercise good character. Be inclusive and respectful, and focus on our products and customers. That wasn't enough for them. They really wanted to be clear to their staff and to their employees exactly what it meant to think and act like an owner. So they drilled down another layer. Think and act with an owner's mentality. To be an owner, keep it simple and innovative. To be an owner, drive results with an intense work ethic. Think and act like an owner. Pay attention to the detail. Think and act like an owner. Be hungry. Move faster than the competition. You don't walk away from these core values not understanding them. Exercise good character. That means taking responsibility for your actions. Be open to new ideas and recognize your challenges. By the way, my daughter worked for the New England Revolution 2 years ago for a whole season. So this is where I first came across these, but they're public information. They're out there. I forget if they're on their website, but they're somewhere out there in the public. But I love this next one. If you've done your homework, don't be afraid to respectfully disagree with management. So you can challenge your boss. Respectfully, you can challenge them. But what? You have to do your homework first. That's what it means to have good character. So if you're going to go up to your boss and say, hey, we're doing this wrong, or you're doing this wrong, or you respectfully disagree with them, you have to do your homework. Be humble and operate with an underdog mentality. Respect and abide all applicable laws, policies, and regulations. They've really spelled it out. Be inclusive and respectful. Welcome and appreciate diversity. Respect and be sensitive to the environment. Give back to your community. And focus on our products and customers. Understand and service all needs of your customers. Deliver quality and excellence at all levels with a culture of continuous improvement. Be brand ambassadors. Aren't they incredible? Go to another sports team. They're a little bit more simplistic, but I have had them explained to me so sweep the sheds. These are the core values of the All Blacks. Sweep the sheds. That means nothing's beneath them. They will clean up the locker room. Basically it means I'll do whatever necessary to support the team. I'll sweep the sheds. Follow spearhead. That means listen to the head coach. Listen to the manager. Listen to the boss. Listen to the spearhead. Follow the spearhead. Keep a blue head. Means stay calm. Don't become a hothead on the field and draw penalties and get kicked out of the game. Keep a blue head. Stay calm. And I love this one. Leave the jersey in a better place. At the end of a game, at the end of a season, when your career's over, and you leave the All Blacks, you've left the team in a better place. At the end of a game, you've left the team, the jersey, in a better place. Pretty good core values, too. Core purpose. It's beyond the money. Compelling reason for employees to work for you beyond simply making money. provides meaning for the work that they do, keeps them going even during tough times. It transcends whatever your current product or service offerings may be and speaks to your organization's passion. What do I mean by transcending whatever your current product or service offerings may be? Well, Walt Disney, when he started Disney Studios, his core purpose was to make people smile. And he first did it with cartoons, and then full-length animations, and then movies, and then he opened up a theme park. All those things make you smile. TV shows. So all those make you smile. And some of these things happened long after Disney, toy manufacturing. Well, he doesn't manufacture them, but they license them. So make people smile. That's what Disney does. So it speaks to the organization's passion, too. They're passionate about making people smile. Speaks the difference your organization wants to make in the lives of the people it touches, the differences you want to make in the world. So again, it's beyond the money. Rather it's the difference you want to make in the world. And I call money a hygiene factor. It can satisfy you, but it will not motivate you. We all need money to survive, buy food, college tuitions, university tuitions, but money is just a hygiene factor. It can satisfy you, but it will not motivate you. Studies have found that when you clearly articulate your core purpose, it leads to better results. And some of the same studies and different studies also show that employees that are in line to the core purpose are 3 times more likely to stay with your company. They report higher job satisfaction and they're more engaged. They believe in making a difference. Why? Why do you exist? Why does your organization exist? What is your company? What are you really passionate about? What do you want your company to be passionate about? What is the difference you're trying to make in the lives of the people it touches? What's the essence of what you do for your customers? Why? We're really fortunate at ResultsBI. Our name sort of says it. Why do we exist? To drive results. What is our company passionate about? Improving companies' results. What's the difference we're trying to make in the lives of the people we touch? We want to give them results. What the essence of is that we do for our customers, it's in our name, results. So ours is easy, but you should step through this with your company, with your executive team, figure out why you exist and what you're passionate about. And you might know, but you need to publish this and get it out there to your whole staff, to your whole company, so everybody knows what the company's passionate about. Best practices, again. It's not about making money. It's about the difference you want to make in the world. It transcends your current product offering. It describes the why, not the how. There's a typo there. The core purpose describes the why, not the how. The how is going to change over time, but the why will remain constant. And it inspires all your staff, not just the management team. It inspires all your staff, not just the management team. Remember that. You're inspired. You're an owner. You're a manager. Management teams should be, inspired already. If they're not, you've hired the wrong people. But you need to inspire the whole company. Really important. It'll provide context for all your strategic decision making. As you start to make decisions about your strategy, they'll be aligned with your core purpose. Sometimes people spend money in on an advertising campaign or on building a portion of their company, and it's not aligned with their core purpose. So it provides context for all your decision making going forward. You can always ask yourself, will doing this help us towards our core purpose? Ten-year goal. Again, sometimes I do a survey and see if people can guess. I get a lot of correct answers on this one. To land a man on the moon and return him safely back to Earth by the end of the decade. President John Kennedy. And there's a goal that unfortunately, because he was assassinated, his goal transcended him actually seeing it happen, transcended past him stating the goal, to land a man on the moon and return him safely back to Earth by the end of the decade, John Kennedy. A computer on every desk and in every home. Wow, that's a pretty aggressive statement for the 70s. A computer on every desk and in every home. It was Bill Gates and his partner, Alan, I believe. A computer on every desk and in every home. Gosh, we have 4 or 5 computers in this house. I have 2 computers on my desk. So you nailed that one. Enable human exploration and settlement of Mars. It's Elon Musk. And he'll pull it off because he hung that out there as a 10-year goal. So sometimes a 10-year goal is referred to as a Bhag. You'll hear that. You'll see that in books. I actually teach it now in college. It's actually a reference material for college courses. It's a term that was coined by business author Jim Collins. Big, hairy, audacious goal. Really important to set a 10-year goal. Could be 8. Some people think it should be 30, 20. Should be a long goal. And before you start the process of doing your strategic planning, as you're just putting together your vision now, you need a goal, a meaningful and compelling goal, so you can plan that segment of time, what you have to do to get from point A to point C. There might be a point B in the middle, right? But it should be a meaningful goal, and it'll help provide context for the strategic planning process. A vision for the future that ideally inspires everyone in the organization. And once again, it doesn't necessarily mean your organization needs to be as big. It's about building a great organization. However you define greatness, building a great organization. Guidelines. So key questions. What can we be best in the world at? What are we passionate about? Just to sort of help you out, if you're setting a 10-year goal, I like saying, okay, that's your 10-year goal. In 5 years from now, how will your company be deriving revenue? If somebody says, oh, that's about an 8-year goal. I say, okay, in 4 years from now, how does your company derive, how will it be deriving revenue? In 5 years, what products or services do we provide? In 5 years, who are our customers? Are they the same as customers we have today? Same type of customer, same customer persona, or are they different? In 5 years, what locations will we serve? Are we starting out in one region of Australia and then going to cover all of Australia and then maybe move on to New Zealand? So what locations will you actually serve? 5 years in the future, what will it be like to work here? 5 years in the future, what types of awards have you received? What type of awards do you see yourself receiving? 5 years in the future, provide some numbers. Where do you see those numbers being in 5 years? Okay. Best practices, medium to long time frame, 5 to 10 years. Can be longer if you want it to be. Nonlinear. What's that mean? Beyond your company's current capabilities. Just don't take your CFO's forecast and double it and double it and double it, double it and double it, double it, and make that your 10-year goal. You know, it should be nonlinear, beyond what your company's currently capable of. And it's not about being big; it's about being great. Should be a measurable goal with an end date, no fluffy words, easy to understand and quantify. And you should be able to measure progress each quarter. So, and see how you're progressing against your 5 to 10-year goal. And again, third time I've said this, it's got to inspire everybody, not just the management team. When you're done setting your 10-year goal, it's very clear to say, here is where we are going, and this is what we need to do next. So, and this is really important. You have to believe it. Your team will believe it to the extent that the leader believes it. It can outlive the involvement of your present leadership, just like Disney or John Kennedy, his goal, can outlive the involvement of the present leadership. So, thank you. I hope you found something today. You can sign up for the one-page read. This is the infomercial component that I threatened you with at the beginning. You can sign up for the one-page strategic plan. It's just $30 a month. We give you a 14-day free trial. Includes up to 5 executives. That's $1 a day for you and 4 of your team members. It'll guide you through all those areas, the vision, the strategy, the execution, and the leadership. Has over 15 hours of video and workbooks to help you get through putting together a sound, solid strategic plan for next year. It's a foundational layer. You're not going to grow properly without a strategic plan. If you're growing without a strategic plan, that's good, but you'll do better with you'll even do better with a strategic plan. Special offer: sign up for the one-page plan, and I'll do a one-on-one review of your strategic plan with you. I do that over the phone. Tremendous value. It's available to the first 10 signups. I do ask 2 things. Shoot me an email. I'll send you an email that you can respond to, but it's mark.daniels@resultsbi.com. And before you email me to schedule this 1 hour, I would ask that you've finished at least 85 to 90% of your plan. If you get stuck on something, you can skip over it. We can talk about it. But the results, you can go to ResultsBI.com, and there's a 1-minute video. It sort of tells you a little bit more about the strategic plan, a lot of details on what it includes, and you can sign up for your free trial today. We don't even ask you for a credit card on sign up. Very confident that you're going to find tremendous value to you. We thank you for investing this time in your business and spending this time with us. I hope you found and picked up on some tidbits of knowledge that are going to help you put together your vision. Encourage you to sign up for next week's strategy session. Week after execution, we take 1 week off and we do a leadership session the first week of December. Thank you. Wishing you all results. Hope to see you here soon again.